Hey guys, Brady here, and I just saw The Fate of the Furious. Wow, what a crappy title, but this movie was ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous as fuck. But, like Kong Skull Island, I enjoy the hell out of this movie. This movie knows what it is, and it knows not to take itself too seriously. Oh, there are a few serious parts within it. But anyway, so pretty much Fate of the Furious is about Dominic Toretto. He's turned on his friends and family, or family, I mean, and he's going to work for this girl named Cypher, who's played by Charlize Theron, and yeah. So pretty much Dom's old team has to take on Dominic Toretto, and yeah, and mayhem ensues. I mean, if you thought skydiving cars from the last movie was ridiculous, you got another thing coming in this movie. I mean, Charlize Theron has the ability to control cars through satellites and shit, and so she pretty much there's the scene in New York City, you've seen it in the trailers, where she pretty much is controlling every car, no matter if someone's in the car or not. She's controlling the car. No one is driving. It's her controlling the cars, and she's just pretty much having cars just fly into each other, crash into each other, flip over into each other. She's having cars coming out of parking garages and falling on top of other cars and all that other shit, and it's fucking awesome to see. I'm not gonna lie, I was smiling throughout that entire scene because I love vehicular mayhem in movies, and this movie gives you a ton of that. Actually, the last four movies gave you that. Fast 5 gave you that. Fast and Furious 6 gave you that. Furious 7 gave you that. And now, Fast and Fate of the Furious is giving you vehicular mayhem. And so, I think this movie has the most cars getting totaled because of that one scene I just said. But this movie is awesome. I think although I gave Furious 7 5 stars when it came out, I gave it a 4. I give this movie a 4 also, but I still think this is a little bit better than Furious 7. After watching Furious 7 a few more times, I thought it was, I don't know. I think right now it's my least favorite out of the last four movies. For me, it's Fast 5, Fate of the Furious, Furious 6, and then Furious 7. But this movie is a lot of fun. Physics does not apply in this movie, so if you're going in there for physics, you're gonna be completely pissed off. You're like, why? How did that happen? That's impossible. It's just go with it. This movie knows what it is. Just go with it. It knows it's stupid. Yeah. In typical sequel fashion, we do have a scene where we're introduced to one of the main characters doing a ridiculous thing for kids. That character in this movie was The Rock doing a ridiculous dance routine type thing for his daughter's soccer practice. Yeah. And though, like the MCU, now this may be spoilers, so I'm warning you, there's spoilers coming up. Like the MCU movies, nobody really dies. People die. So I can't talk. Like MCU characters don't actually die, and so this is a spoiler. Like I said, Jason Statham dies in this movie, but then he reappears. Well, you might think he's dead. I was like, he's not dead, because the way they shot the scene, it was no, they shot the scene too poorly. He's Jason Statham gets shot, but the way they shot it, it was, no pun intended, the way the scene was shot was hard to explain. But I was like, no, he's not dead. And what do you know? He's not. He wasn't dead. And plus, there's a scene they showed the scene in the trailer where it's like that part wasn't in the movie yet, and I don't think he's dead. It was the bar fight scene kind of thing that was on a plane. That scene hasn't showed up yet. That was at the end. So yeah, and then his brother, played by Luke Evans, is alive. He's resurrected. So that makes me think if they're doing a Fast and Furious 9, Hans might come back, maybe. And also, didn't Kurt Russell die in Furious 7? Didn't he like get shot in like the stomach and like bleed out? It's like, yeah, leave me here, I'm dying. Because Kurt Russell is back. So, but yeah, that's not really a complaint. It's just something that I was just throwing out there. I'm just saying there are no deaths in this. Well, maybe vehicular deaths, but no no main characters dead. I mean, if they brought Luke Evans back, they're bringing back Hans in like Furious 9 or 10. Yeah. So anyway, I give the Fate of the Furious 4 stars out of 5. Tons of fun. Like I said, do not go into this movie thinking it's gonna be like Macbeth or fucking Schindler's List or Saving Private Ryan, because this is the wrong movie to have that mindset. I mean, I walk into a movie like Lincoln, I walk into Lincoln being like, yeah, Lincoln is gonna be a slow movie, and I know that, and I appreciate Lincoln. I love Lincoln a lot. It's one of the greatest presidential biopics that I've ever seen, next to JFK. I don't know. I haven't really seen too many presidential biopics. And so I walk into movies like Kong Skull Island and Fate of the Furious with the same mindset. This movie is gonna be a mindless, dumb action movie. And did I get a mindless, dumb action movie from both of them? Hell yeah! And so that's why I love them. Now, if I didn't get what I expected, like for a movie like Gods of Egypt or Triple X3, which was just, I don't know, the action in that movie was just very poorly handled in Triple X3. But I don't know. Yeah, but since this movie delivered on its ridiculousness and gave me ridiculous action scenes with, by the way, speaking of ridiculous, Tyrese Gibson, I don't know what it is about him, but each movie, his comedic moments just gets better and better. Like, him and Scotty Eastwood had like this thing together in this movie, and like he's always picking on Scotty Eastwood's character, and it's just hilarious. Like this one scene, I mean, people don't like Scotty Eastwood in this movie. And there's like this one scene where Tyrese Gibson is like introduced to Scotty Eastwood's character, and he's like, oh, he's like a businessman kind of thing, and Scotty Eastwood's just like this, like, yeah, and then you see Tyrese Gibson like, yeah, I'm a businessman, ho 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 ho, and just the way he did it was just so funny. And then there was like this other thing, I forgot. It was in the same scene too. There was this other thing with him and Scotty Eastwood. Whatever. 4 stars out of 5. Highly recommend it.